Hilliard City Schools is got about 16,000 students. We have 3 high schools, 3 middle schools. We have 2 sixth grade buildings, which is a little unique that our district has sixth grade students by themselves in a building. And then we have 14 elementaries and a preschool. We operate under that philosophy that if you see it, you can be it. And if we have teachers and administrators that reflect our student population, then they are going to see themselves as teachers and administrators in school districts as well. Academy EDU is for 11th and 12th graders who are interested in going into the teaching profession. And anybody can sign up for this class. It is available to all students. It's in our program of studies. And so it really gives students an opportunity so what they do in the first, I would say like 6 weeks is a lot of like they're in the classroom every day learning what does it mean to be a teacher. So they are learning themselves. What does it look like to lead curriculum? What does classroom management look like? We have so there's a lot of like learning that our students do. And then after those 6 to 8 weeks are up, the students then get to go out into our school buildings and they shadow a teacher. We have also Project EDU, which is for our 8th graders. We wanted to have some of that carryover because if you have an 8th grade experience and then no experience until 11th grade, we just wanted to make sure that nobody felt like, hey, I had this and then now this like big gap. So we made sure to build out some programming where we had a little bit of a mentorship program going on, and it wasn't necessarily a class, but it was just a teacher that would check in with students, any student that wanted to be a teacher. And so that built a partnership. So what we did notice then is when we had that like 9th and 10th grade check-in programming, that it really increased our numbers for the Academy EDU. So we got a lot more students enrolled in the class their 11th and 12th grade year. I've really started to build some strategic relationships with colleges. And we'll go to lots of conferences to build relationships, go to lots of meetings to build relationships with our colleges. And it kind of is a twofold because one, I can look at who our students are that are in Academy EDU and to say like, hey, this is a great teaching program. Here are some of the things that they have set up. Here are some supports that they have. So I'm able to then like partner to say like, hey, perhaps check out this college or this might be something that you're really interested in. And likewise, then colleges will then be able to say like, hey, we have some students looking to move to the Columbus area. Here's a great person to reach out to in Hilliard City Schools. So that has been beneficial in making sure that our students that are graduating Hilliard get the support and mentorship that they need, but also then to build relationships if anybody is looking to move to Columbus. One of the things that we did in our high schools, and we tried to target like our sophomores, but it didn't have to be our sophomores. It could really be anybody in the school. We did like an all school announcement and said anybody interested in pursuing teaching as a profession, please come down to come down to the cafeteria, and we have teachers who want to talk to you about that. We had so many students come down. I think in one school we had like 80 or 90 students come. I was interviewing for a position at that time, and I asked my students who are job shadowing for me, like, was sit in on the interview so you can see what it looks like from a school district's perspective, because you're only going to have seen it from an applicant's perspective. But I said we are getting ready to hire. We have 3 applicants. We would love to have you sit in on interviews. And the students loved it. Well, first of all, many had not sat through an interview before, so they never even had seen what an interview looks like. But they said they got to see what the process was and just how much real world life experience that was. That was one of the highlights of their class. And they said they learned so much just in sitting on those interview panels that it gave them a lot more to think about. How do we continue to support our students who have the interest but may still need some credits? And then the next thing is then like, how do we continue to support students who have graduated from our school district? I think that that's even something I would like to grow even further. We know that our staff are providing windows, mirrors, and sliding glass doors to our students, and it reflects our student population.